Hello and welcome to the Girl That Went For It podcast. I'm your host, Johanna Scholz, also known as Johanna Lian on Instagram, and author of Believe in Life, How to Dance in the Rain. If you want to live your dream life and become the best version of yourself, then this podcast is for you. I hope that I can inspire and encourage you to never give up and to always believe in yourself. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Johanna_Liana, for daily content. And now enjoy this episode. Hello and welcome back to the Girl That Went For It podcast. In this episode, I have Rachel with me again, and we talk about imposter syndrome, getting out of your comfort zone, setting boundaries. Rachel was a guest in one of my previous episodes. If you haven't listened to that one yet, we talked about best advice when starting your own business and also how to deal with feedback, taking it personal or not. And in this episode, as I said, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome, setting boundaries, getting out of your comfort zone. We talk about how it started versus how it's going. Basically, this episode is about owning your shit. So enjoy and let's start. This episode is all about finding the power within and creating the life you deserve and in alignment. And I find this so important because I know that a lot of you struggle with saying no to others, yes to yourself. And the reason why I know this is because a few weeks ago I asked in my Instagram story that I am looking for a small group of motivated individuals who are interested in living a life in alignment with themselves. And to everyone who reached out, I asked them if they currently feel like they're living in alignment with themselves, a life in alignment with themselves, and if not, what it is. Like if they know why they're not feeling like they're living a life in alignment and balance with their true self. And 80% of the answers were because they find it hard to say no to others and they rather listen to the opinions of others than to what they think or their opinion or follow their goals. They rather listen to what other people think, or they are people pleasers and find it hard to say no and yes to themselves. And in this episode, I want to talk about saying no to others and yes to yourself. And of course, I want to talk about living your life in alignment with yourself. Because honestly, isn't that the goal of everyone? Like everyone, like living a life in alignment with yourself, living a life that's true to yourself. Because that's the greatest gift you can give to yourself. You can give to your younger self and to your future self and to your present self, being true to yourself. Before I dive into this topic, I would like to ask you for a favor. This will only take like 2 minutes. If you could rate this podcast or share it with a friend, like my love language is sharing good podcasts with friends. So if you feel like this episode or like in general what I'm talking about in my podcast is something that your best friend would benefit from or be interested in, I would really appreciate if you share this podcast because I put so much love and my soul in this podcast and I would just love to share my messages with more people. So if you feel like this is something for your best friend, feel free to share this. That would mean the world to me. Thank you. Okay, let's get into this episode. Do you struggle with saying no? Do you struggle sharing your opinion and following your true self? Well, guess what? You are not alone. 80% of the girls that I asked after they reached out to me that they're interested in joining my group coaching, 80% of them said they're not feeling in alignment with themselves because they're struggling to say no to others or to share their opinion or listen to other people's opinion instead of their own opinion. Let me share a few messages that I received when I reached out to the girls. So one of them is, most is putting my own needs first and learning how to say no to others and therefore yes to myself. Another girl said, I worry too much about what other people think about me and just do what makes me happy and fulfills me. Then there's another message. I definitely am a people pleaser and that's why I'm not feeling in alignment with myself. Then let me translate a few that were in German. I'd rather listen to what other people think instead of listening to what makes me happy or fulfills me. It's quite similar to the other one. I let other people's opinion decide for me instead of listening to my heart. So that just really shows that, yeah, a lot of us struggle with that. And that's normal. Also, the whole part about saying no to others, it's kind of normal in our society, and I'm going to get into this shortly. I have to say I struggled with this in the past as well, but I learned that my peace, my inner balance is so much more important than pleasing others. And not being a people pleaser doesn't mean that you're rude. It's just putting your own needs first, and there's nothing rude about this. There's nothing selfish about this. If you surround yourself with the right people, the people that belong to you in your circle, there's nothing wrong with doing this. And let me get one thing straight. The people that you surround yourself with should be the people that love you for being true to yourself. So if you say, hey guys, I don't feel like going out tonight, I'm just not feeling okay, your people should be able to understand that, and you should be able to just share your opinion or how you feel. And if you're not feeling like socializing, that's totally fine. You don't have to come up with excuses. You can just simply tell your friends. And the same goes with let's say a friend of yours wants to catch up and really wants to do this or that, but you just really don't feel like doing it. Honestly, being honest is the best thing you can do, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your friendship, because you want to have real friendships. You want your friends to be honest to you as well, right? And I'm just so happy that I created this group of friendships, the circle around me that I can just be honest with. And I know that my people understand if I don't feel like doing something. And the same goes the other way around. I hope my friends are honest and tell me what they think, how they feel, tell me no if they want to say no. And I expect that from my friends, and that's why I stick to that as well. And the truth is, about saying no, there is nothing bad about saying no. I don't know who told you it's bad, but let's figure this out. Ask yourself who, when, and why. Who told you that saying no to others is rude, or whatever you think it is? Probably you think it's rude to say no to others. Let's just stick with this example. When did someone tell you it's rude? And why did they tell you it's rude? And then ask yourself, well, is this true though? And when was actually the last time you said no to something, someone, and yes to yourself? I bet we all had a experience in the past as children where we got told by either our parents, our grandparents, our family, teachers, not to say no, saying that no is bad, saying that saying no is bad or rude or whatever it is. And because we got told that in the past, we kind of soaked this information up into our subconscious mind and now believe saying no is rude or you shouldn't say no. So now our mind is programmed to this program, that saying no is a bad thing. And the good thing is once we figure out why we think we can't say no, we can actually change the thought. We can rewrite our thoughts. So first we have to figure out, okay, what is the fear that I have? If I say no, I might fear that my friends are mad at me, or my friends will judge me, or my friends won't understand. So let's say that's our fear. So once we're aware of that, we can rewrite this thought, and instead we could say, it's okay to say no. I know my friends will understand. Or if I say no and be true to myself, my friends will get to know me better and will understand, or get to know me better and understand who I really am, which is what you want, right? You want your friends to love you and be friends with you because of you, right? You don't want to wear a mask in front of your friends, you want people to be their most authentic self. If you don't want that, maybe you have to do some work around that. But I think it's the most beautiful thing you can do, being true to yourself and want others to be true to themselves. So once you know what your fear is, you can start writing your thoughts. Like I said, instead of thinking, oh, I think my friends will be mad at me if I say no, simply think, I know my friends will understand because I am honest and they will appreciate it. I just want to repeat here again, being true to yourself is the greatest gift you could give to the world and to yourself, to your present self, to your past self, and to your future you. You won't live a life in alignment with yourself, and you won't live your best possible version of your life if you always listen to what other people think, if you always say no to yourself and yes to others. You will just really feel out of alignment, out of balance, and you will wonder why your life doesn't look like you always dreamed of. It's because you always did what other people said. And the thing is, it's your life, right? So I always say in 10 years' time, even in 5 years or in 1 year, the people that you say no to, it won't change anything in their life, but it will change so much in your life. If you say no to yourself, your life won't change. If you say yes to yourself, your life will change. And if you say no to other people, guess what? They will forget about it in a week or in a year or in a month, like whatever. But your life will change and you will step out of your comfort zone and you will attract a new era. If you want to learn more about living a life in alignment with yourself, I invite you to my next group coaching. I decided to offer a new 4-week group coaching. I am going to take the link in the show notes where you can sign up to my waitlist and be the first to know when my new course starts. I'm really excited for this new journey. I am currently in the middle of a course like the alignment mastery with my students, like when I asked a few weeks ago who's interested in living a life in alignment with themselves. And I'm currently going through this course and I'm just so excited to offer this again because there's so much growth, so much personal development and mind shift in this course happening that I can't wait to offer it again to you. So if this sounds like you, if you're like, yes, I'm ready, I want to live a life more in balance with myself, more in alignment with myself, I want to overcome my limiting beliefs, then check out the link in the show notes and drop your email address in my waitlist document or whatever you call this. And I get back to you as soon as I know when this new course is going to launch and start. And in this course, we have 4 live calls in 4 weeks, and you will get exercises to do during the weeks to really get to know your true self and figure out, okay, what is holding me back from living a life in alignment with myself. I can't wait to connect with you and start this journey with you. So yeah, just simply click the link in the show notes and get more information as soon as I know when it starts. Let's talk a bit about finding your voice. So once you have found your voice and live a life more true to yourself, you will realize that things will change, things will shift to the better. But of course, change is always first a little bit uncomfortable because we're growing out of the version that we used to be. We're growing out of the comfort that we've known so well. But there's nothing wrong with that. We want to grow. We want to develop. Like we want to leave this earth different than we came to it, if that makes sense. So it will be better on the other side. You're finally doing what you're meant to do. If you are unhappy where you are, it's probably because you're not in alignment and true to yourself. You're probably doing what other people tell you to. You're listening to other people's opinion. You're just not really doing what it is that you're meant to do, like what your soul mission is. Okay, let's say you are unhappy in your current job. And in order to find the right job or like to change something, you first have to shift your energy, your thoughts. Because let's have a look at this. You go to your work or you come back from work and all you say is like, I hate my job, I hate to go to work, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And when you're at your job, you just have bad mood, or when you come back, look at that energy, the energy you're having there. It's so negative. And with that energy, you won't attract anything good. So change your energy to, okay, this job at the moment is supporting my life. It is paying the bills, but it's not my end destination. I know greater things are out there. And this is the energy you want. Like, you want to shift your mindset from, I hate this job. This job is like the worst thing ever. I don't want to go to work. Like, this is just so negative. And energy goes where energy flows. So you will not attract anything good out of this. So really try to focus on, okay, this is not my end destination. This is supporting me right now, but I know greater things are waiting for me. And I'm open to receive these opportunities, these greater things. So this will change the whole energy around your situation, and this will bring you great places, great opportunities will come up. It's all about your energy, and it's really it's so powerful. I said this in one of my latest episodes or in episodes before, how powerful positive affirmations are, because your whole energy changes and you will attract good things. Like I said, energy goes where energy flows. Okay, I'm just quickly gonna summarize this. Saying no is not a crime. Saying no is not a bad thing. Try to figure out where this thought is coming from that saying no is bad or rude, and try to rewrite your thoughts, like your fears, and ask yourself, is this even true? Like, when was the last time I said no to others, and how did they react? Maybe they just said, okay, that's fine. So yeah, just try to work on that if you struggle with saying no to others and yes to yourself. And also have a look at your energy to attract the life you want to live, and to live a life in balance with yourself. Make sure your energy is high vibration, like high vibrational energy, because energy goes where energy flows. So if you're always in a bad mood and hate your life and have a bad day and blah, 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 try to step out of this. Acknowledge the feeling, but know it will pass, and know that greater things are waiting out there for you. Okay, this is the episode for today. I hope you like this. Feel free to share it with a friend and rate this podcast. That would mean the world to me. And talk to you soon.